There's just so much more to hear.
Download our podcasts at DubaiI1038.com.
Where we are looking at the state of the local real estate market now. Very pleased to be joined on the line by Allsopp, CEO of Allsopp Allsopp. Lewis, good morning.
Morning, Brandy. You okay?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Are you speaking to us from the comfort of your home office?
I couldn't. Yeah. Well, home office, living room, half and half, isn't it?
Pair of tracksuit pants. You haven't shaved.
You don't want. You painted a bad image of me on the radio, yeah.
Look, you guys have just released your Q1 real estate report. 31% uptick in sales transactions compared to the year before. But the only month I'm really interested right now in is the end of that quarter, is March. What did you see?
March for us, I think we spoke about 10 days ago when we were talking about the state of the lockdown, and I said for March, our actual results were really, really strong. And that's off the back of a very strong quarter. But I think it's important to remember when people start their property search cycle, they may start in March, January, start getting serious in February and close in March. So the March figures were very good. Our turnover, our transactions, everything over Q1 is dramatically up. And that aligns really with the announcement recently about the 10% growth in transactions in Dubai in Q1. Just before the lockdown, there was a very, very, very strong demand for buyers wanting to get on the property ladder.
But where are we now, Lewis? Are we seeing new transactions being initiated?
Yeah, there is. Surprisingly, there is. I mean, to be honest with you, for me personally, I've been in the market since 2006, and you know, we're going into uncharted waters with this, so I wasn't knowing what to expect. But you know, it's the first time in my career we're doing transactions off virtual viewings. So people have been sent videos, bearing in mind when we take a property on for an owner, and normally we're doing a 3D tour or whatever. So we've done these deals where we're saying to owners, you've been to the house, you know the floor plan, here's what you need to have a look at. And people come back and reserving properties. Now, most of the reservations now is done digital. So you can do a tenancy contract digital with Allsopp and Allsopp. You can digitally send the money. So you don't physically need to meet the estate agent anymore. Obviously, your transactional value as a company is going to dip because a lot of people really want to see the house they're in. But if they need to move and they know the floor plans, they're willing to make moves, which is great for us and for the market.
Are people honouring the deals that they made before the outbreak? I mean, you talk about digital contracts there. Are they all being held?
Well, again, going into uncharted territory. So we've got a team of property conveyancers that deal with the after sale of the sales. So the first meeting I had, as you can imagine, was to discuss our pipeline sales. We agreed in January, February and December that are going through. Everyone's sentiment is they want to go ahead. You know, the people that are buying have got a 10, 5-year vision. So I think everyone knows whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, there's going to be an end to the current situation. You know, today, for instance, I'm sure you've seen there's an announcement saying that coffee trading and tea trading and meat trading shops have opened back up. And I'm trying to figure out if that does work for Starbucks or not. But there's certain shops that are starting to open back up. So we're starting to see a bit of light. So a lot of our buyers are not saying, hey, I need to back out the sale. They just want to know how they get their transaction across the line to put the title deed in their name.
What happens at the moment? You mentioned, you know, if someone needs to move, they need to move. What does happen if someone needs to move?
I've been on the phone to the land department about this. I've been on the phone to our lawyers because the reality is that, like we said before, we're not an essential need, our business, and I get that. But there's a grey area in the property market at the moment that if someone sold their house or they've been given their notice by their tenant, there are people out there that need to make a move, but you don't have the ability at the moment to have a move-in permit. To move into a property, you need a move-in permit. And that doesn't exist at the moment. Let's say, for instance, if you want to transfer the ownership and meet at the trustee office to do complete the sale, there's no permit yet to do that. So the land department are doing things digitally over the phone and transferring the money via the banks to the land department that are distributing the funds. But it's very technical. It's very, very, very technical to do. So there are some difficulties with it, but we are getting traction and movement with those processes.
Could I physically move flat, though, if I wanted to? If I saw a better deal, and I tell you what, I am seeing some great deals out there, could I pack up and move?
At the moment, I would say no. And what I mean by that is you can reserve your tenancy but your tenancy would be, let's say, staggered to move in 2 weeks, subject to government approval. So people are reserving units, but it's on the basis of we'll sign the tenancy and the tenancy will start and the dates will amend based on being able to get the move-in permit or the transfer of your ownership of your property.
So let's talk prices, Lewis. What are we seeing happen to both sales and rental prices?
I mean, it's the same with the UK and anywhere really. Obviously, my job is to do the research and do the due diligence on the markets. There's no up or down, and that's important that everyone understands that. Up and downs work when transactions are happening, and you can gauge if sellers are accepting lower offers or not. But there's not enough transactional volume to give you, hey, listen, the price is going to go down because X, Y, and Z. The reality is of the market, if I was to give it a simple term for anyone to understand it, is the market currently is froze. But the minute that that market opens back up, there is a bottleneck of buyers. We are registering a substantial amount of buyers, and the notes on our system state waiting for lockdown to end to start viewing. And there is a substantial amount of them because before this happened, there was a lot of buyers in the market. So I just think if you were to ask me what my forecast for the property market would be, is that when the lockdown ends, there's going to be an influx of viewings. People are already online more than they ever should be because they're normally at work doing their job. So people are looking at houses and inquiring. So I can see that if you take price out of the equation, the transactions are going to jump up. And if they do, then obviously that would match the prices.
Lewis Allsopp, CEO of Allsopp and Allsopp, a man who, to be fair, I have never seen less than suited and booted. He always comes into the studio looking very well put together indeed. Lewis, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Brandy.
There's just so much more to hear.
Download our podcasts at DubaiEye1038.com.